Hey, Niko here from Papadopoulo.com. I'm inspired to live free, and today I have a question for you. Do you know how to use Twitter to generate leads on Autopilot? If you don't, stick around to the following Facebook live video broadcast that I had this morning that I explain about it and guide you through on how to start generating your own Twitter leads on Autopilot. Enjoy the video and let's catch up later on. Niko here from Papadopoulo.com. I'm inspired to live free. And my question for you today is, do you know how to use Twitter to generate leads on Autopilot? Do you? If you don't know, stick around because this is going to be packed of value. I'm going to share quite a lot of things and that I have as notes. Actually, I have screens behind me that are going to direct me towards where I want to help you out with. Alright, so first off, for those of you that haven't seen my blog and especially using Twitter to generate free leads, make sure you find that. It's on my blog at nikopapadopoulo.com, using Twitter to generate free leads. You can find it on the content library on social media. Okay, so make sure you go on to my homepage at nikopapadopoulo.com, Niko with a K, and the rest is easy. So make sure you find that. And if you can't, if you're not aware about my website, just reach out to me here or send me a message and asking me what is my web page, and I will send you the link. So make sure you go that, because I go through the basics on how to properly set up your Twitter account, how to have your cover page, what to have on your cover page and on your profile image. You need to have a good image there with your face preferably on it, and you know who you are, what's in it for you, your website if you have one, links to your other social media accounts, and for sure you know what's in it for you. Okay, so make sure you share your profile, your cover and your profile images, and your bio are those three things, three areas that your prospects or people looking for people are going to look up with. And if what you have there is not attractive to them, they will just skip your account. But on the contrary, if you have good information there that is attractive to your audience, to your target audience, then for sure they will most likely give you a follow or try to reach out to you. So these are keys. These are very important. Your cover image, your profile image, and your bio. Fix those things. If you are not having those properly configured, it's the right word, then you are missing out a lot. You are basically sending people away instead of attracting them to you. So make sure you go through my profile, through my homepage, on the respective blog post, which is called using Twitter to generate free leads. Make sure you take a good look at that, and I also have a video talking about it. All right, now before I get into the details on how to generate automatic leads on Twitter, let me give you some stats that I got from the website of brandwatch.com. It's a very good website. They have a lot of stuff on it. If you don't know about it, check it out. So some statistics about Twitter. There are more than 310 million active users on Twitter. More than 310 million active users. That's a lot, and you can tap into that market, into that huge audience, or start building your own. Some other stats that are very important. There are 79% of accounts are held outside the United States, and that was to my surprise. I thought Twitter was predominantly an American site and social platform, obviously quite a lot of people using Twitter are outside the United States. There are 83% of world's leaders on Twitter. That's another interesting stat there. Okay, there are 391 million accounts that have no followers at all. None at all. And a cool number to have in mind is that the average number of followers per account is about 208. About 208 average number of followers on each account on average. Now that means that if you build up your following, you are going above the average, and that's very important. You need to build up your following. Okay, there are quite a lot of stats. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but just make sure you understand that there is a lot of activity on Twitter, and if you are using that, if you are tapping into that activity, into those people, there are ways you can really approach people. That's one thing. And there are ways that you can have people approach you, okay, on Autopilot, and that's very good. So yes, I covered that with the cover and everything. Wonderful. Let me see if that's good. All right. So what you need to be doing with Twitter. So after you fix your profile and your cover image, then you need to be putting some content out there. How to do that? Well, there are a couple of ways. One thing is use your phone and tweet every half an hour, every whatever, every X amount of time. The other thing is using tools, okay, on automatically doing that work for you. One of the tools I'm using, actually I'm using two tools concurrently. One of the tools I'm using is called HootSuite, and with HootSuite you can actually upload 350 tweets to go out on fixed times for you. You set it up through a text file, through a CSV file, and you can program it. You can program HootSuite to send automatic tweets out. So that's a big chunk of the work you would have to be doing in order to have content on your profile and have attractive content on your profile, and therefore people being able to seeing your content, being exposed to your value, and start reaching out to you, sending you messages, following you, and so on and so forth. So have that in mind, that you need to be putting content. If you are not using HootSuite, then you have to do it the manual way. So posting on your own, tweeting on your own, and make sure you tweet good, valuable content. HootSuite is a big, let's say, it's a very big program in which you can use. It takes some time to learn, but I wouldn't say it's complicated or difficult. There are examples on how to do it. If you need any help on how to use HootSuite, send me a message and I'll be very happy to help you out with it or give you some directions. Now, the other thing, you have to be aware of your tweets is not to spam people all the time. So not to always post about join your business or join your opportunity or buy your products or buy your services. If you do that, you are missing the point. You need to be sending out value, mainly value, and some of your pitch, if I can use that expression. Try to follow the 80%, 20% rule. So post or tweet 80% value. Value can be your blog post, value can be some free trainings, value can be some inspiration, images or codes, value can be some shares of other people's works, of other people's blog posts or other people's tweets. These are all value, they are not pitching. And use 20% of your tweets on on pitching, or asking for information, on asking for their email, for example, or a direct link to something that you can get their information, therefore convert them into a lead, for exchange of value of a training, a free training, a blog post, something like that. Depends on how you have you are programming, or you are, let's say, using your business. Okay, so make sure you don't always blast your link to have somebody sign up with you or buy from you, or that. Make sure you do that. That's very important. What's my next thing I want to cover? Yes, you need to be following people. Okay, you need to be following people every day. How many people? Well, at the beginning, don't go too far. Try starting with about 200 people per day. So go on other accounts. You have to look and search for other accounts or tweets of your interest or of your target audience. That's very important. You need to know who is your target audience and try to follow people in that target audience. For example, I'm following people from network marketing leaders like Todd Falcone or Eric Worre. These are just a couple of names. There are people that you can follow in your niche, in your target audience. The other thing, the other area you can concentrate on is following people that are following the companies you want to associate with. So for example, if you are trying to approach people from network marketing, you can look for people in those companies. I mean, big names, small names, it doesn't matter. Let me give you a hint here. You can look up for small companies that are not going very well, for example, or are starting up right now, or maybe are only 1 or 2 years old, and follow those people. Why do I say that? Because most of the companies that start up fail. They close, they shut down, they don't make it. If you build a relationship with the people of those companies, if at the bad occurrence that company shuts down, they will need something else, right? So if you have created a relationship with that person through Twitter or any other social media for that matter, but let's focus on Twitter. If you've been exchanging messages and connected even more, that means you created, you used and you built it up on the know, like, and trust factor. Now, if they get exposed because their company is shut down, they will need something else. Why wouldn't they be working with you then? See my point? So it's one thing to follow big leaders and big companies, and it's another thing to follow not very big companies, okay, or new companies that chances are they don't make it. I mean, that's a fact. A lot of companies don't make it. So why not follow the people that are most likely going to have issues? I mean, it's there, it happens, everybody knows it. Not many companies make it, you know. So thanks for the likes there. So why not go and follow the people that will have problems and try to help them through your solution if possible. Okay, so that's a tip there to have in mind on which people to follow. So following leaders and following from companies, following the followers of leaders and the followers of companies. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Muhaser. Thank you very much. You like that tip, huh? Thank you very much. What was I saying? Yes, okay. So following, and then after a few days, 1 or 2 days, 3 days, depending on how active you are, it's very important to unfollow people. So unfollow the people that don't follow back. You get the point? So today is Tuesday here. You follow 200 people. Tomorrow you might want to follow up to unfollow the people you followed last week, or some of the people. So follow 200 and unfollow 200. Follow maybe 300 and follow 100 or 200, depending on what you can do and the available time you have at your hands on your phone. Now, if you are doing it over your phone, it can be time consuming. You can also use it through your site, through your computer. I mean, you can log in on your computer and access your Twitter account there. Let me take this up. It sounds better. Yeah. So you can follow people through your phone or your tablet device, your iPad, whatever, and through your computer. Through the computer, I think you might be able to save some time. But if you use tools like StatusBrew, which that's the second major tool I'm using online, you can really save a lot of time. And I could basically do a whole training on StatusBrew. It's very, very powerful. It can be tricky, but once you get the feel out of it, you can save a lot of time on following and unfollowing people, as well as using the automatic tweeting from it. So you can schedule pre-tweets, you can pre-schedule tweets as well in StatusBrew, and you need to figure out how to do that. I should do another training on that on its own. If you need to get into that, just reach out to me and I'll help you out on that as well. Okay, so make sure if you want to save time, StatusBrew can definitely help you out on that big time. And you can have, it's a paid version, of course, the same with HootSuite to use that upload functionality. But with StatusBrew, you can have up to 2 accounts. So up to 2 Twitter accounts, the small amount, and then you can scale it up and move even bigger, or expand even more with more accounts. So what's next? Let me see my notes. The other thing, people are going to start reaching out to you, so following you before you even follow them. You need to go on your account, on your new followers section, and follow back the ones that you want to follow. Okay, so don't forget to be following the people, the new followers that you that have reached out to you. So you follow people, okay, you unfollow people, and the third thing is new people will be following you. You need to go back into your account and follow them back. So reciprocate. That's what I'm saying. Because if you don't, well, let's take a step back. You follow people and then you unfollow people. Okay, you unfollow the people that don't follow you back, correct? So you unfollow the people that don't follow you back. It happens with them as well. If a new person follows you, if you don't follow back, chances are in a few days they will follow you back, unfollow you as well. Did I lose you? Okay, let me try to say it again. You follow people and you unfollow people that don't follow you back every few days. Okay, done with that. There is new people that are going to follow you, and you need to go back into your account and follow them back. Okay, because if you don't, some of them are going to unfollow you as well. All right, so you want to build up your followers, and at the beginning you need to be following and unfollowing and following the people that follow you on their own. You got that? That's very important. You need to be building up your followers. Now I started with 0, and let me give you the actual numbers right now. I started with 0 5 months ago. Okay, and through some trainings from my mentor about Twitter, my followers right now on one account are 5,355 right now, and this is the 29th of November. And on my other account, my followers are 5,387. 5,387. Again, today is the 29th of November 2016. So this is going to be quite interesting. I have to revisit this video after a month or so, or after 6 months, to see how my numbers are up. So from 0 followers in 5 months, I have more than 10,000 followers total in my 2 accounts, okay, which is pretty good. If you remember from the stats, the average account on Twitter has about 208 followers, so I'm past that average by far, and that gives you sort of an authority because you have a lot of followers. It can give you posture, especially when you build up your followers and share value. You see the point? It's a combination of things. It's not just one thing. Now, so far I haven't said too much about automation, okay, about how to how to use Twitter to generate leads on Autopilot. The Autopilot comes over time of you building up your followers, okay, your audience, your followers, in combination with you posting out value. You see the points? You see the point? You need to be posting, tweeting value in combination with building up followers. Now, from there on, new people are going to start following you and reaching out to you, and that's your automation. And that's where people will start reaching out to you, asking you for information, using your opt-in forms to enter their name, their phone number, their emails, depending on what you are asking. And you will be waking up in the morning, checking up your email to 1 lead today, 2 leads tomorrow, 5 leads the next day, 10 leads the following, and so on and so forth. It happens. Okay, it's going to happen to you too. But you need to set up your profile correctly. You need to set up your automations, your automatic tweets, if you can afford that. If not, then you need to spend time on your device and post tweets regularly. Okay, make sure you do that. I started with only a tweet every 30 minutes. Now I'm putting about 10 tweets per hour. So it's significantly more. But you cannot do that at the beginning. You cannot tweet every 5-10 minutes at the beginning when you don't have much followers. You're going to be flagged from Twitter. But once you build up your audience, once you pass a couple of thousand, then you can increase your tweets with the automatic functions, and it's going to be even better. Now that I have more than 5,000 per account, I can send more tweets, and that's more leverage for me because there are millions of people on Twitter at any point in given time, and through the hashtags, which it's a whole game changer, the hashtags, you need to be aware which hashtags to use. You can expose yourself on much more audience. So make sure you build everything up, and you need to use hashtags. What hashtags to use? Well, that depends on you. That depends on your audience, on your target audience, your products, your services, your opportunity. You can use hashtags if you are into network marketing, for example, MLM, or hashtag network marketing, or hashtag home business, or home biz, or work from home, or what's some 2 good ones? It's a pair: work at home dads and work at home moms, and that's the capital. So WAHD and WAHM. Those are very good ones. So make sure you research on your hashtags and use them on your tweets. You can also use company names for your hashtags, and automatically you are tapping up into that company, which is very important. The more you expose yourself out, the more eventually people will start reaching out to you, and that's what you want. Through automation, and especially through, like I said, I'm using StatusBrew. Through the automation there, you can automatically send messages to new followers of yours and direct them to a website, to your Facebook, to wherever you want, automatically, which is very important. You save time. If you have 10, 20, 15, 30, 100 new followers per day, sending the text on each one, that's that's a full-time job, and I'm sure you're not using Twitter as a full-time job. You want to use it to generate leads and convert those leads to sales. Okay, build your team, build your following, build your business. If you are spending too much time sending the same message all over again, that's not leverage. That's tough. But using tools like HootSuite and StatusBrew, you can fix it. You can set it up so that you can set automatic tweets and automatic messages to people following you, and so on and so forth. If you need any help on that, feel free to reach out to me here, and I will be very happy to help you on that. It's going to be my pleasure. I've been using both programs, HootSuite and StatusBrew, concurrently, and it's pretty amazing what you can do. I mean, for example, on StatusBrew, you can automate also to send pictures on your tweets. With HootSuite, I haven't figured out how to do that with the big chunk of 350 tweets. So have that in mind. With StatusBrew, you can definitely do that, and it's amazing, and it works perfectly. I mean, check out my Twitters, my accounts. One is Inspired Nikos, if you don't know it. That's Inspired Nikos with a K, of course, and the other one is Work with Niko, of course, with a K. So one is Inspired Nikos, and the other handle is Work with Niko. Check them out, get ideas from them. Feel free to copy anything you like. Make sure you get the idea. Also check some more leaders that are using Twitter on how they are using it, and figure it out what's you, how you want to use it. Copy what is applicable to your brand that you're trying to build, and from there on, make sure you do it, and it's going to be great. So what else did I want to say? We covered that, we covered this. Yes. Okay, I didn't invent all this. Okay, I've been learning through an online attraction marketing training system. I've been learning a lot, and especially through my mentor, Mac Lalonde, that did a free, I think it's about 2-hour webinar on how to use Twitter to generate leads and everything, and how to convert those leads to sales. I mean, it's huge, and actually that webinar is free. Reach out to me, I'll send you the link. But what Mark is doing right now, he's creating a new course that is going to cost quite a lot of money, depending on your perception. It's going to cost, I think, $497, but it's not open until March next year, so March 2017. He has it on pre-sale right now for much lower price. I'll have the link below for those interested to really learn about Twitter. I'm already inside that course and looking forward for its modules to happen, to start being published. Mark is doing something crazy with it. He's actually he's saying you will not be needing to buy any other course on Twitter ever once you buy this one. Why? Because he's going to create it and be dynamic. He's going to be updating information on it as soon as new updates are needed. For example, Twitter updates itself with new rules and regulations and whatever. Mark is going to study those, dissect them, figure out what's going on, and adjust the marketing behind the new rules, which is very important. The other thing, if somebody has any suggestions about other programs and whatever, Mark is going to be looking into that, figuring out what's working, what's not, and updating the course based on the new tools and marketing ideas and whatever. So he's going to be updating that course live, and he's going to build a community around it. There is already a few hundred people in it already. I'm one of them, lucky me. So that course that he's doing it's going to be packed with value, packed with professionals that are looking to build their business through Twitter. Like I said, Twitter is huge, and Twitter is the platform that actually catapult Mark to his current income, and he's more than a 7-figure earner, which is pretty good. And he's being able to do that through Twitter mainly in about a year period. So in about 12 months he was able to be generating more than 100 leads per day on Twitter. He's been able to do that from his 4th or 5th month, and right now he's making quite a lot. So make sure you follow him. I'll have his links below as well. I believe that's what I had for you today. So to summarize, make sure you check out my homepage, nikopapadopoulo.com, and find that, let's say, basic blog post about how to set up your Twitter, how to configure your Twitter account. Follow those guidelines and adjust your profile to brand you based on your needs and whatever you want. From there on, you need to be tweeting regularly. You need to be tweeting value, 80% valuable content, and 20% you're pitching or asking for their information. Make sure you do that, because if you don't, it's bad for you. The other thing is follow and unfollow at your beginning at least 200 people, not at least 200 people until you pass to a couple of thousand followers, and from there on you can increase it. Therefore you will not have any flags from Twitter. After that, yes, make sure you follow the people that follow you first. Don't forget that as well. And from there on, you need to be automating your tweets so that you save time and focus on the people that leave their information to you, that become leads. Okay, you have your capture pages on your bio, on your tweets. When people opt into your forms, make sure you reach out back to them and try to figure out what's going on with them and how you can best assist them with their business, with their problems, if you can. If you can't, then you can't. But if you can, the only way to know is reaching out to them. Pick up the phone, call them up, arrange meetings, and so on and so forth. You need to be reaching out to them. They already make the first step. You have attracted them on your side, on your Twitter. They have opted into your forms, so they need help. They need assistance. They need somebody to help them out. And if you don't, somebody else will. So why not you? Why not now? That's a very good slogan. It's not mine. So I think that's good. We covered everything. Make sure you check out my website and the rest of my Facebook fan page. I have lots of value there. You can reach out to me here or on Skype at nickpap75, Nick with a K, right? And from there on, I think we covered what I wanted. If you have any questions, please feel free to send them out here. I'll be very happy to help you out. Thank you very much for watching. Niko here. Be good, have fun, and God bless.